Sound production. Sound production. Sound production.
Good evening, gentlemen. It is your boy, Sir Yeetus. Welcome to episode 189 of Sir Yeetus' Thoughts. Gentlemen, people that were creating Red Pill / MGTOW content, we call this out for years. Eventually, our philosophy will get so big that it cannot be ignored anymore. And now I've known for a couple of days that the MGTOW acronym has been mentioned in the highest government in the land, in Canada, actually. It is getting way too big to ignore at this point. And right now, at this very moment, I'm telling you, gentlemen, it, it's only going to get crazier from here. It's only gonna get crazier from here because social media as a whole, the internet or whatever, but I will say more specifically the internet, has awakened men in mass. And I will say that this is literally a new renaissance for men. This is a new awakening, okay, when it comes to how shitty the female nature can truly be, okay? Because all this time, for the longest time, we've all been taught that no, women are unicorns and rainbows. They don't poop. They're goddesses. You're supposed to worship the ground that they walk on. And then radical feminism came in. They started to get more power. Starts to get more rights as time goes on, right? And then bam, social media kicks in, and right now things are so lopsided when it comes to social interactions, right? The social dynamics is so one-sided. Not only the social dynamics, but the laws and who can and cannot do certain things or say certain things. The atrocities that women put on social media at this point, gentlemen, you cannot tell me that something crazy is going to be happening very soon. Oh man, it's going to be glorious. It is going to be glorious. But I'm not going to be talking about it on my own. I got somebody with me. The one, the only Gray Ghost. What's going on, man?
Good evening.
What is
Uh,
going on? I know you had a long day today, right?
uh, yeah, and I just caught Hammer and Chronic Stream. I'm here. Fair bit of running around.
Yeah, everybody's been streaming today. God damn. Like anytime I'm like, I feel like streaming. Like 10 people starts to stream. I'm like, fuck.
That's right. The freaking weekend time slots, man. Like they're always competitive. But in a couple hours, I may be able to get some nice artwork for the entire warband.
But I gotta break this down with somebody else. So just so that I'll make sure that I'm not the one that's going too crazy. So social media has been a double-edged sword for uh women as a whole, right? It's been a
Yeah.
double-edged sword for men. It's been a double-edged sword for everybody. So when it comes to men, right? It literally demoralized men to the point where it's like, damn, like all these models, all these this and that. Oh, they ain't talking to me. They leave me on red. They talk shit. Blah blah blah. But at the same time, as they get older, right? Because I assume that majority of simps are young. That's why I assume. Uh, Not all, but majority. I'll say between 20 to 26, 7. That's where the major simps are located.
Well, at the very least, the computer savvy ones.
Oh, well, yeah, the computer savvy ones, usually the ones that are making high end money are just
Yeah, because and here's the other thing. Like a bunch of the simps, like they will reduce their keyboard warrior ways and publicly being simps once they have a steady girlfriend or once they're married or once they have kids.
true, but as society dictates, it's way harder, it's way easier said than done at this point. Not in a sense of they can't do it, but they know, at least in the back of their mind, that it's a risk. But even then, the women don't even want to look their way.
Well, that's the thing. Definitely the women that they want, but like what I've seen recently, especially because well, it's cuffing season. But like if you're willing to go for a lower quality woman, like they'll absolutely wife a guy in his 20s up, or at the very least, like they'll screw him and then get knocked up by them.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. I'm gonna address this right quick. In general, the IT field is filled with soy. It's a field where whammon rules and results don't matter. Completely agree. I agree. The soy is overflowing when it comes to the IT field.
Well, and that's largely because IT is not financed by tangible results. Like a lot of, especially in the past couple of years, the IT, the tech field as a whole, it's financed by speculative investment, by a whole bunch of investors putting money down for the promise of something to come out, and it takes a long time for that money to run out. Like if IT had to produce tangible results from day one, then you'd see it as a far more cutthroat injury that wouldn't have room for this bloat or fake positions like social media coordinator and shit.
True. But overall, when it comes to the global awakening of men, I truly believe that the powers to be, at least a few of them, didn't really see that coming of our philosophy going so far as it does right now. Because years ago, they just laughed at us. They didn't really take us seriously. They thought that we were no big deal, especially back in 2016. There were mentions of us like once or twice on the news years ago. Now they're like, it's everywhere now. And not just the powers to be, but everybody's being affected. That's why they're trying so fucking hard to paint men that refuse to get married or be in a relationship at all as evil and extremists. You know, that's the crazy part. They're the very same ones that's constantly talking shit on the internet, talking about, oh, men are shit, men are disgusting. Stay away from me, you fucking creeps. And then when the men are like, all right, all of a sudden, oh wait, you who says you can leave? You fucking misogynist, you
Yeah,
extremist. Like,
yeah. Like the same group of people that are saying "kill all men" are calling men extremists for walking away.
which you shouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, it's fucking confusing. And right now, men are just looking at the current situation, the current field right now. It's a lose lose situation. It is a lose lose situation. A lot more men than I thought, especially thanks to people like our channels, but especially the mainstream ones such as Andrew Tate, right? Talking about you need to wake up from the fucking matrix and shit. And once again, Andrew Tate's a grifter. We ain't gonna deny that. But there are some things I do agree with him with. He is he that's the reason why he got wiped out from from the internet whatsoever, besides Rumble. Way too many people are being woken up right now. Way too many. And they're not liking it whatsoever because when men walk away, everybody suffers. Corporations, uh uh women, especially children. Children suffer the most. And just society is just crumbling in front of our eyes. Because guess what? There is no good reason. There is no motivation for a man to even produce. Like a man's like, what's the point? There is no point. There is no point. So now they cannot convince us that having a big old house with a picket fence and a dog and get married and blah blah blah. They can't convince men on a massive scale that you know that's the way to go anymore.
Well,
Now they're
no,
switching to you're evil, you're an extremist, you are dangerous if you
well, no,
align with these ideals.
the funny thing is, a man could get a white house, like a house with a white picket fence and a dog, if he doesn't want a woman.
Yeah. That I agree, but that's what the whole uh for not the longest time, right? For centuries, or I can even
Yeah.
say probably thousands of years, they are pushing that hey, having a woman and getting married, that should be your end goal. Or one of your big goals, your main goal is to get that woman and worship the ground that she walks on and blah blah blah. But now too many men are just too aware of what's going on. So now they're switching to attack mode and going after men that don't want to be in a relationship. How crazy is that, gentlemen? That you as a man that choose not to be in a relationship or get married, you're labeled as an extremist, dangerous misogynist. How fucking nuts is that?
Yeah,
That is insane.
that's the thing. But they never actually go far enough to connect that. They just like, here's the acronym. This is an extremist group. It doesn't matter if I don't know what it actually means or what they actually stand for. I was told this by the television, by the government, by the internet. Therefore, it must be true, and therefore, all I need to do for social acceptance is to parrot it.
And that's a big thing that a lot of men with common sense notice as well. There's a lot of NPCs are roaming around. Right now, it's pretty much self-aware people versus NPC. That's how I see it on a global scale. Fuck societal global scale. Right now, there are a shit ton of people that are told, hey, hate this person, hate that ideology, just hate it. I don't have to tell you why. Do as I tell you to. Do as I tell you to. So when a person is pushed back, saying, "Hey, you say you hate Andrew Tate. You say that you hate the red pill philosophy. Okay, tell me why." Because misogyny. Okay, give me points. Give me some documentation that displays misogynistic comments, please. Like they start to like freak out, like their brain ain't working, like exe type shit.
Yeah,
It is getting
they blue
crazy.
screen.
Yeah, the
That's the
blue
thing, because like
screen.
they don't actually have the points. Like these are the same people who, if their kid asks them, like, why should I do this? They'd respond with, because I'm the parent.
Yep, because I said
Like
so.
that's the thing. Like they are the appeal to authority. They see as this person is in a position of authority, and I don't need to think for myself because an authority told me. And then if I just repeat this authoritative stuff to someone else, then I get the authority. Like, these are not critical thinkers. I'm willing to bet that they honestly don't even remember like what they've actually heard. It's kind of like someone who suffers from short-term memory loss, and that's what most of these messages are geared towards. People who can't think critically. Like they watch the 6 o'clock news one day, and then they watch the 6 o'clock news the next day, and they have no idea what was on yesterday. So they could be fed something completely contradictory, and they just believe it. Maybe talk about it with someone else, and then they get their fresh update the next day.
Yep. Have you noticed that anytime that they go around with liberals and they ask them, "Hey, why do you hate Trump?" Uh, mean tweets. Like that's it. What else do you do? Oh, he called Mexicans murderers and rapists. No, he's saying that murderers and rapists from Mexico need does not have a place here in America. And then they just like they blue screen. But when we go after Sleepy Joe, right? They ask a conservative, "Hey, why don't you like Sleepy Joe?" We can bring out a whole encyclopedia. I don't know why Sleepy Joe not they're not he's not the greatest president right now. So
No,
there's a
like
clear difference.
you can look at you can look at him from either a policy decision or a personal decision. I think that you'd struggle to find an actual accomplishment of his to say that would even begin to offset all the negatives.
And I say the big thing overall that woke men up is the Me Too movement. That shit got so abused, like is literally beating a dead horse.
Well,
So many. Oh,
that's the
what's up?
thing. The biggest way, if you want to get men to care about something, you gotta hurt them. Like when they are the ones who actually feel threatened, when they hear about a big Me Too thing, and then their female coworker wants to go out for drinks, they're gonna think, because now they're the ones that are in trouble. Or they
Agreed.
see one of their coworkers get nuked. Like as soon as it becomes real to them, as soon as it's not something that happens to somebody else, it's something that is right in front of them. That's when like they're snapped out of it.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree. Me Too blew up in their faces hardcore. I'm telling you, gentlemen, so many men are walking on eggshells around women these days, right? And once again, women want to act all confused. Oh, why are you too afraid? What, you afraid to be falsely accused? No shit, Sherlock. Yeah, I don't want to be falsely accused. Like, what are you so afraid of? What are you so afraid of? I'm like, bitch, are you out of your fucking mind? This is the gaslighting that I'm talking about, gentlemen. They literally do that. They literally do that to the point where men don't even want to look at women. They don't even want to associate with women at this point. And you can see it all over the internet. That's what I'm talking about, gentlemen. The social media global awakening of men, it's real. And the biggest thing is the shit that's happening in the gyms lately, where women deliberately set up cameras in front of strangers, mainly men, and then they want to catch them looking at them for a second, just a second, and then they'll just go off saying, "Why are you looking at me, you perv? Why are you looking at me?" Effectively ruining that guy's reputation. Just for social media clout, just because it's funny, just because it's amusing. They want to falsely accuse of a man for looking at her direction. It wasn't even looking at her, just her direction. All of a sudden, he's a perv and a creep. So why are you acting so shocked that men don't even want to they just walk away immediately? There's a couple of videos out there, thanks to RP Man, that when a woman approaches, a man just backs up and just walks away. Like, I don't, hey, I got nothing to say. I'm going the opposite direction. I don't want to talk to you. And I will show those videos in the future. But I'm telling you, gentlemen, there's countless situations as well. And it's getting worse. Yes, gentlemen, it's getting worse of the false accusations towards men. And they never interacted with each other. The men don't know who she is. They never met her before, seen her before. All of a sudden, these men are in handcuffs, potentially facing decades in prison because some lady says that he sexually assaulted her or he raped her.
You know, this is actually a funny thing. So making kind of the news through some of the other channels I watch, Amarath, who's one of those like hot tub streamer things, apparently went on the stream and was like, I'm actually married and my husband's been abusive and controlling me. Here's the threatening text messages. Here's a video recording of him yelling at me. He controls all the money. He's threatened to take away all the accounts and burn it all on crypto. I'm thinking like, this is horseshit.
Red flags all around. I agree.
Like for fuck's sake, we live in the era where fucking men are put in handcuffs on no evidence whatsoever. If she's actually in this situation, she shouldn't need to go on stream to fucking beg her subs for help and shit. You could just fucking pick up the phone, call 911, say my husband's abusing me, please help, and the dude will be in handcuffs within the hour.
But no, this is clearly, in my opinion. See, gentlemen, this is why I say that the believe all women is bullshit. I don't know if she's telling the truth or not, but I believe in due process. I believe in listening to both sides of stories and waiting until all the evidence is released. And the evidence shows that he is guilty beyond a reason of a doubt.
I didn't even see proof that she was actually fucking married. There's fucking text messages on the phone with no number, and like, how easy is it to fucking falsify someone angrily texting you? And then some dude's voice yelling at her through the phone and making vague threats.
It's so easy. I'm like, you guys, did you just fucking forgot what happened with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp? Like, that just like flew out of your fucking minds? Are you sim serious? Well, of course you're serious.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But the big thing is, at the end of the day, there is no due process for men. There is none.
That's the thing.
I personally believe that she's doing this.
Accused. It's just a rant. It's just a guy who she's apparently married to.
Yeah,
I think she sees fucking her sub numbers dropping because she's no longer young and hot anymore, and she's looking to get some fucking sympathy points and then cash out.
That's what I'm thinking. Aerodynamic. That's what I'm thinking, because I'm telling you right now, she's only doing this A, to get her Sims count up. B, there's something going on behind the scenes that she will be dragged through divorce and family courts if she has kids or not, whatever. She's the breadwinner. She's earning over $1 million a month. So if there is any type of divorce, the husband's going to get the bag.
And here's the thing. Apparently the threat was that the husband was going to leave her with $1 million and dump the rest into crypto. Oh my God. What a fucking devastating lifestyle change. You only get $1 million fucking dollars? Like, that's the thing. It sounds so fucking cheeky, but I see these people who should be used to this kind of bullshit by now starting to both be like, oh, well, it's tragic. Like, regardless of whether it's real or not, a guy was yelling at her. Like, oh my God, for fuck's sake. A man yelled at a woman over the phone in something that could easily have been staged, and you're fucking caving to the sympathy. Holy fuck.
Big Top Podcast, waiting for all evidence is a weak man's way about a controversy. No. All I'm saying is he is innocent until proven guilty.
There isn't even a fucking accused. It's just a random dude. It's not even like this dude's got a face or a name or anything.
Yeah, but hypothetically, if he does exist, what I'm saying is he's innocent until proven guilty. I want all the evidence, everything to come out first before I make my personal opinion. You know, because it doesn't matter what I say if they go to court or whatever, right? Hypothetically, it's up to the judge and jury. But
I wouldn't. Nah, that's the thing. I wouldn't even go for that because keep in mind, if Johnny Depp had been anybody but Johnny Depp, he'd be fucking guilty and behind bars. Trust in the fucking like justice system in this day and age to give a fair trial or shit.
I agree. I'm elaborate on that soon. Side character, he says all marriage certificates are public. Huh. I kind of didn't really know that. All right. Well, if somebody can find out what
does
her real
anyone
name
even
is,
know what does even does anyone even know what Amarath's fucking actual name is?
so at that point, gentlemen, I'm telling you what's happening right now, and if it's proven to be false, which in my opinion most likely is, that's also going to be red pilling a lot of dudes as well.
Now, here's the thing. Proven to be false is one thing. You can't prove a negative. I'd say insufficient evidence. That's the thing. It's innocent until proven guilty.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I meant.
Well, no, but that's the thing. I still think that standard's too high. It's like if she can't make a convincing case, I'm not talking emotional, but like, look, I want fucking names. I want to see these fucking text records with actual fucking phone numbers. Like, I want to see the actual proper receipts because like everyone's fucking info's recorded. Like, it's threatening someone via text messages is quite honestly the dumbest thing you can fucking do because it's easy, beyond easy to fucking get that. Like, if you're going to fucking threaten and abuse someone, like, it's common. Fucking boomers know that if you're going to threaten someone, you call them because it's much harder to have evidence of that. You don't fucking text someone your threats because then all it takes is a couple screenshots and then you have evidence.
Agreed. So her story is all over the place. So I definitely will say that when it shows that she has insufficient evidence, it's going to red pill the shit ton a lot more men. The fact that she'll go this far for, sympathy from her simps, or she's trying to get ahead on a divorce if she's married.
Yeah, if she's even married to begin with, which again, all you have is her word.
Completely agree. And right now, I'm gonna address this right quick. Did you see the NHL player accused from an anonymous tweet and was suspended because of it? No. Did this happen recently? That's fucked up. That's so some random tweet gets your what? Some random person can make up some random shit and you can get suspended or fired from your job or whatever it is. That's fucked up. That is fucked up.
Just having social media these days. That's the thing. Like, having a fucking Twitter account or just being a public figure, as a man, it's a liability.
It's gentlemen.
I guess fine.
What's up?
I'm gonna look up the exact wording, but PayPal recently closed the account of the Democratic Party of Hong Kong, the only non-China supporting party of Hong Kong. PayPal closed their account. Not because they violated terms of service, but it was something along the lines of excessive risk. Like, that was the reason cited.
Of course, I'm not. I'm not surprised. That's
But that's the
why.
thing.
What's up?
But I think that that's funny. It's like if you're closing an account now because of bullshit like this, that's the reason that you give. Like, why are you leaving? Just say excessive risk. That's what I'm gonna say when I close my PayPal account down, which soon enough. I'm not like I don't show it anymore. I'm looking at an alternative, but I'm cutting the cord with PayPal like within the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I closed that shit down immediately. I was like, nope, you ain't gonna charge me 2,500. Fuck that. And we will definitely elaborate on that after this super chat. Lord Messiah Disciple, £5. Thank you very much for your donations. I appreciate it. I'm in UK. Cash App won't let me send you money. Probably because it's a separate country. I thought Cash App worked in UK. That's weird. Keep up the good work, guys. Love from UK trucking crew. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep it up. Right now, what's going on in society is fueling me even more to keep this shit up. Because oh my god, gentlemen. Now we getting government bodies attention. That is insane. That is insane. But before we continue, if you want to support your boy Sir Yeetus, there's a link on top of the chat. Cash App, like the last super chat said. Best way to donate because the money goes directly to me, but you can also do super chat or super thanks. Any donation is appreciated. But if you can't donate, doesn't matter. No big deal. But have you heard about the Kanye West situation?
How his bank account got closed down?
Yep. Solely because he was being a little bit too base.
Yep. Like funny, like this certain group controls the banks. Your bank account's being closed down.
Like, they're pretty much proving his point.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck? Like, this is another big reason why men are waking up due to social media because I am not a huge fan at all for digital currency or even worse, digital centralized currency because definitely expect that to happen on a massive scale if they don't like what you say, right? Yeah, the social credit system. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh god, like they've already proven it up here in like the fake country of Canada. Like if the government doesn't like you, they have pull in almost every bank to close down your account.
Yeah, they did close down your account, freeze your assets, all that crazy shit, just because they don't like what you said or what you're protesting for. I'm telling you, gentlemen, if they do a push to where it's just digital currency, we are in big trouble. If you don't know how to be if you can't self-sustain yourself, you're in for a bad time. All right. You will have nothing and be happy.
And we've already seen that like it'll take a while for this to fade from the public consciousness, but a while back when there was that big fuck up with Rogers, that knocked out digital currency for basically the entire country. Like your fucking ATM was useless. You either had to use like credit cards or cash, and you couldn't withdraw cash from the ATM for the longest time. So anytime someone says digital currency, you can just be like, yeah, so that we are one fucking cyber attack away from being unable to spend money.
There's one cyber attack. And that's why, Russia's doing a lot of cyber attacks right now. Wink, wink. We know that not only bullets win wars, gentlemen, there's various factors that help win wars.
No, quite honestly, wars are won through economics. Like every war is an economic war. It's just a matter of, because like let's be honest, if you, I think Rick and Morty, great example. How do you defeat the globe-spanning galactic empire? You take their digital centralized currency and make it worthless.
Yeah, they don't have to. The enemy doesn't have to make more money. They just make sure that you have no money or very little money. Because what's the point of having a powerful army if your powerful army can't sustain itself?
But that's the thing. Like, because it goes down to like, what does everybody need? Food.
Food, water.
Imagine imagine if we had to switch to a barter system. Again, I got into an argument a while back with a fucking college hippie who thought that we just needed to move to a barter system to solve all our money problems. It's like, I straight told him the economy would collapse. Like, all of trade would collapse. You wouldn't be able to do any sort of large scale negotiations. And it wouldn't
Agreed.
even work in like small towns because like when you're exchanging goods for services, it's like, look, you can't give me a bunch of potatoes because like in exchange for the service of like fixing your roof or whatever. Because like now I need to do something with these potatoes. Like take them and sell them to other people. Like it's so inefficient. Imagine every single transaction nowadays where you had to fucking bring physical goods to the location and try to haggle with the person behind the counter. A currency intermediary would be designed out of necessity.
Agreed. The bargaining ways or the bartering, it won't end well. At least because we're not used to it, and there's a reason why we created money in the first place.
Although, here's the thing: I do disagree with Sergeant Grinch that gold and silver will be as useless as cash when shit hits the fan. No, cash will be cash will be basically useless because it's only backed by society. Like gold and silver, that stuff's useful everywhere. It will become the intermediary for currency when cash no longer holds value.
Yeah.
Like, yes, lead will be extremely valuable, but I don't know how far we're going to get into what's the game series called?
What?
Anyway, they use bullets as currency in that one. Like,
But gold and silver will always be good currency. Always. They're very good metals. There's plenty of things you can do with those metals. So it'll still be high value no matter what. There's a reason why gold and silver and various other material, they had high value throughout human history.
and I understand like if you don't have lead, I will take your gold. It's like if you're at a societal system where you are at the barter scale, like if you're actually like, hey, let's use gold and silver as an intermediate currency, you're already at a societal point where there's going to be enforcers. Because if you're at the point where it's like give me your money or I shoot you, like why would you even bother with the give me your money or like you're still in the everybody's just hunting each other for survival. There is no society.
Agreed. And the fact that we're having these talking points right now is another reason why there's a lot of men waking up to the bullshit that's happening. The fact that at any time the resources you worked for can be taken away from you for even speaking up about the male issues or the bullshit that's happening in society. The banks or the companies or the state, they could be like, no, 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 no. You piss us off with your mean words. Now you don't have a house. We're taking your car. We're taking your cat. We're taking your savings account, your investments accounts. Negative 3,000 social credit score now. So men right now, we have way more issues to deal with than some fucking feminist that's in her mid 30s, early 40s, bitching on why she doesn't have a man.
Oh, actually, funny. Who is Sam 113H? Like you joke about that blind guy at the gym got caught staring. Now, actually, I knew this one art model who had a complaint filed about him for staring at a female who was drawing him, and is like, he is practically blind. He's so nearsighted, he physically cannot see you. He cannot be staring at you from that distance.
There was a video I think I posted a couple months ago of a lady going after the gym owner or the gym manager because he looked in her direction from across the gym, wondering why she's stripping. You know, and it was only a quick glance, like, all right, why is she taking off her shirt and shit, whatever. And he went back to helping spotting a person on the machine. Then she's like, "Can I help you? Can I help you?" Blah, 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 blah. And she just went fucking nuts for no. See, that's what I'm talking about, gentlemen. How can you pull that bullshit? How can you pull that fucking nonsense and then turn around and complain why there's no good men around? Like, you know, it's I wouldn't say double standards. I just say pure stupidity, pure fucking walking contradiction. How can you drive men away with the threat of potential their lives being ruined, going to jail, etc., and then just go on social media like, "Oh, where's the men? Oh, they're nowhere to be found. All men deserve to die, and you know, all men are just lower than dogs. But where's all the men? That's literally what a lot of men has been hearing on social media for the last 8 years.
Well, and that's the thing. Like they genuinely think that they can do it both ways. But keep in mind, like them going out and saying, "Where's all the good men?" They're not genuinely confused by where all the good men are. Like,
No, they
that's
know
just
exactly
their
where
like
they are.
that's just their fucking cry for a simp.
Yeah,
Like, because I guarantee you, under every single one of those videos where they're crying out, "Where are all the good men?" there are simps fucking jumping up and down, waving their hands, going, "I'm here, I'm here."
that's
Guarantee
true.
you, there are simps responding in every single one of their videos. All a
That's
woman
true.
has to do is say, "I'm looking for a good man," on social media, and she will have her fucking pick of men. Every woman who is struggling for marriage right now could be married tomorrow.
But she's looking for the richest, most her unchecked hypergamy is preventing her from getting married tomorrow. That
Like,
I can
that's the thing.
say.
Like, she's broadcasting a wide net, and she's trying to pick from a very selective, because they don't see the men who are like under a 7. Like, those aren't men to them. Those are animals.
Pretty much. Oh, they just don't exist.
No,
Oh,
they see them, they acknowledge them, but it's like if you took out, like, it's like just a bunch of dogs started running out going like, that's how they see simps. They're literally just fucking dogs looking for approval whose lives have no meaning until the woman is in them.
hey, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. You see this account that was created last month? There's Tiffany Jones, so this is where the incels hang out. Incel.
Yeah.
You see what I'm talking about? Anytime that we talk about male issues or exposing their buffoonery,
Well, here's the thing, Yeet. You made
it's
me
too
a
funny.
mod. You made me a mod, so I ain't dealing with that shit. They can fuck off.
No, I think it's hilarious. That's all.
Yeah, no, it's funny, but I ain't dealing with that. It's like, bye, bitch.
I'm just saying, like that word is so worn out. We talked about this yesterday too. That word is just it's whatever. Like how they use oh, you must be gay or who hurt you. Now we can just add incel to that list of vocabulary when they don't like what you're saying. It's gotten to that point. Oh shit. But gentlemen, various
Oh no,
things.
okay.
Oh, what's
Hey,
up?
sorry, Sean Sterling. Every woman could not be married because there are not enough men in the country. Not true. What the fuck is stopping these women from marrying the same man?
The law?
Really? Mormons can do it.
Oh,
You have polyamorous relationships that are entirely legal where one woman's married to multiple men.
true, but is he talking about by law or just religious ceremonies?
That's the thing. No, that's the thing. It's just the question of marriage. I don't fucking care about religious or shit. It's like, look, clearly there's ways to circumvent the laws or to get into a marriage equivalence. All of these women who are crying out for a man could have a steady, stable relationship with a man. They might have to share with other women, but they could.
Oh, they only will share Chad Tyrone is in the picture.
Yeah, but that's
And
the thing.
more importantly,
But that's just the standards, man.
yeah, I'm saying more importantly, if Chad Tyrone's successful, right? That's icing on the cake.
No, but like that's the thing. But there's nothing like if they're desperate for a man, any man. I just want someone to love me. I guarantee you that there's a man right now out there, married or not, who will absolutely take you in and he will love you and support you. You just don't want him.
Well, which correlates to what Lina MGTOW is saying right now. There are more femcells and incels in the West. That I agree 1,000,000,000%. And nobody wants to talk about it, right? Because you're afraid of getting canceled. Oh my God. There is so many agitated women. When the passport boys movement started trend, gentlemen, go on TikTok and see how many women are just screeching like banshees that men are going overseas to find wives or girlfriends or whatever. Oh man, it's a whole sea of women like just reeing out of their fucking minds. How dare they leave? They just can't handle a strong woman like me.
You know what? You are absolutely right, honey. I cannot handle you. I am going to where there are women who are not as strong as you. Enjoy your single life. Welcome to being a man.
Then do you see why they demonize single men so much, gentlemen? Why they demonize bachelors? Because they can't stop us. They can't stop men from walking away if there isn't some type of law or some
That's the,
contract that the man is bind to.
well, and that's the thing. Like, and even then, those contracts or laws, those aren't enforced by women. Those are enforced by men. At the
Agreed.
end of the day, for a woman to get a man to do something, she needs to use another man to get the man to do it.
Yep. Another man with higher authority
No, another man with more power.
or power. Well, that's yeah. I'll say power, whatever.
Because, like, let's be honest, Justin Trudeau can have all the fucking authority in the world. The only reason anyone does what he says is because of the police and military.
True. People bend down to power for the most part. For the most part, not everybody.
They bow to force. Like, someone pulls a gun on you, like, you got to decide, is refusing to do what this person says worth my life? Is refusing to pay taxes worth going to jail?
I just call him you a bitch. That'll be my last words. Bold to the end. So when it comes to that aspect, gentlemen, Lina MGTOW is on point. They right now, they once again, like I said in the beginning of the stream, right now they were taking the red pill philosophy and MGTOW philosophy as some little joke, as there's a bunch of angry single men living in their basements and not, can't get women. Blah, blah. There are literally celebrities, athletes, people with a strong voice on social media are saying, hey, do not get married, or Western women are not worth it. Right? And not just in the West, it's happening around the world, depending on how feminized their society is.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, the men, like the people who do this, both men and women, they only shame like MGTOW, incels, whatever, because they think it works, because it would work on them.
Agreed.
Like, but that's they can't comprehend. Much like that one dude couldn't comprehend men who find something more valuable in life than chasing puniti. These men and women cannot comprehend someone who is immune to societal shaming.
Yeah, because they were raised by single mothers for the most part, that shaming works. Shaming is the way to go to make people do what you want, or to prove that you're right in a argument or whatever. So when
Like
they
us,
meet,
that's the
oh,
thing,
so
like us talking about this, us breaking it down in a logical way, they cannot comprehend it. They
no,
cannot actually mentally comprehend what the heck we are saying. We may as well be speaking a foreign language so far as they're concerned.
oh, I agree. I agree. Through a few times throughout my life, I try to use logic with a woman. It just it can't click. It doesn't click, gentlemen. Even when I'm using perfect logic and rationale, it just doesn't. She'd be like, "Oh, so what you're saying is," or "Oh, but I feel like you're saying this. I feel like I said no. I'm saying exactly what I'm saying. But what you're saying is like, oh my god." That's why once again I don't argue with women anymore. It's literally a waste of time. If they don't get it the first time, then there's she can figure it out. That's her prerogative. I'm sure you guys went through it as well in your life, where you try to keep it simple to the point, and then she's using so much mental gymnastics and gaslighting the fuck out of you, and somehow you're the evil one, even though she broke your PS3.
Yeah.
You let me do it. Like what? I wasn't even in the house. You broke my TV. You broke my PS3. You broke everything. But you love the PS3 more than me. Like, come on, bro.
I
Yep.
come home, I can turn on the PS3 whenever I want, and it does nothing but entertain me. I get home and you immediately try to take my attention away and force me to do extra work. Yeah, no shit, I like my goddamn video game console more than you.
Uh, bam. Henry Cavill, Leonardo DiCaprio, both never been married, right? Even the Giga Chads aren't married because they perhaps know it's some bullshit. All Chad and Tyrone's know is bullshit. They've known since they were young. It is bullshit. It's a waste of time. Why would I, at this point, get locked down to one woman when for years to come I can have as many women as I want? And then they allow it. There's no arguments or nothing. And if she does try to argue or protest what I want to do, then she can be replaced just like that. And she knows it, right? Because Chad Tyrone doesn't play. So she just gets in line and comply. There's different rules with Chad Tyrone. I'm not saying Chad Tyrone doesn't have problems, but I truly believe their problems are not that many compared to, the average man trying to get some.
What's dangerous for the Chads and Tyrones is when they don't realize the game and they're just running through it on instinct. Because then, like, a woman can absolutely fuck it. And I think that's where a lot of this confusion with women comes from. Is they are so accustomed to men just going through life on autopilot. And they think, well, I can just insert it and do it. The idea that men will actually analyze a situation, learn from the mistakes of others, like communicate and talk to one another, and change their behavior without being directly affected. It's mind-boggling to them. The idea that if a woman abuses one man, that it will make her less appealing to men she hasn't abused, mind-boggling to them. I'm pretty sure they cannot process that.
No, they can't. Because it's all about me, and only me. And once they can't get what they want, their mind just goes haywire.
Or the idea that if another woman abuses another man, that might make me as a woman less attractive to men who have never been abused. Mind boggling. That's why there's the who hurt you question. They're looking for that inciting incident, that other that they can blame for it. Because they think like, oh, if I just find out what woman hurt him, then I can just make the case that I'm not that woman, I'm different, and then you should give me a chance. Like that's their logic. And no, that's where NAWALT and AWALT come in.
That's true. That is true. They always want to prove that I'm not like these other girls, right? And then they conform in order to, get buddy with you, right? Chameleon, you know what I'm saying?
Well, and
all of a
that's the
sudden
thing.
get
And quite
transphobed.
honestly, like these women saying that I'm different, they're just copying all the men who are like, look, just because you have primarily chased after guys that freaking sleep with you on a one night stand and then leave you does not mean that every single man does it. Like these women are taking their experiences with 10% of men and stretching it over 100% of men. Whereas these men are comparing notes on women from all walks of life, a sample size that is massive. And they're being like, God damn, has anyone found a woman who's not fucking them over? And then a dude says like, oh, well, I have one and she's great. And then you look into detail and find out that the dude's just whipped.
That's the hilarious part, right? They truly so they're, if you can call it logic, they say that, if you know all these things about relationships and stuff, how come you say that women don't know anything about men, but how about men don't know anything about women? I'm like, whoa, it's simple. We're the hunters. We're supposed to study our prey. We're the pursuers. We're supposed to know
Yeah,
what you
but
like and don't like, and
I mean,
etc.
I'd go even simpler and go like, because women will actually, because we can make our points to women about what we've learned, and they will run out of counter arguments and eventually go, oh shit, yeah, you're right. I guess you are actually correct. Or they'll get caught up in evidence. Whereas where these women who come and talk about men, we listen to what they say and we go, they have no clue what the fuck they're talking about. They don't get it, or they get it and they're outright lying. Like you don't have to go like, oh well, we're the hunters, they're what we hunt, therefore we know better. Like no, you can just look at the basic tangible evidence. Like women are fucking clueless about men, and all you have to do to find out about that is ask a woman what she knows about men.
Well, I see what you're saying, but in my experience, that's the most simplest way that they can pretty much understand. We know you a lot better because I have to pursue you. That's it. You don't have to put in the effort that I have to put in.
That is true. And these days they barely even have to put in effort to maintain the relationship.
Exactly. They
think that they're so good, that they are so skilled at navigating relationships. They're so good at handling it. And it's like, no, you are able to navigate these relationships because you're young and hot. And people will give you leeway that they would not give you if you were a man. You're not socially skilled. You're living life on fucking tutorial difficulty.
Women's game is trash, gentlemen. I know personally. It's fucking horrible. Like it's hilarious how when they approach you, they have no idea whatsoever what to do.
They don't even know women. Like again, like have you seen the odd video of like a woman goes on Tinder under a guy's account and tries to pick up women?
Yeah.
They just go, "Hey, I shot my shot." Like,
That what?
you're out here demanding a dude fucking write you an epic goddamn poem just to have the privilege of speaking with you. And when you're like, I'm going to put my moves on women and prove how good I am at dating, you have no idea how to. You take away your fucking hotness and being a woman, your game fucking sucks.
It's
It's
horrible. It's
absolute
trash.
fucking trash.
They only stare at you from across the fucking room or 5 feet away. It doesn't matter. They just stare. You know, that's it. Like, why you looking at me like that? Like, what do you want? And then when a man doesn't approach, okay, I did my best.
Or they'll fucking reject the guy, and then when the like multiple times for an extended period of time, and then when the guy moves on, they're like, oh, why didn't he try harder? I wanted him to try harder.
That's
He
the
said no. You freaking screamed out that no means no. Stop bugging me to men. So men surprisingly learned. Oh, hey, no means no. If she says no, then I should fuck off. And so now he fucks off. And now you're upset that men aren't willing to go above and beyond to validate you.
That's why I tell men to go don't get friend zoned. Because
Yeah.
that's literally what happens in the friend zone.
Yeah, and like honestly, I'm at the point where it's like I don't give a shit because like it used to be, I'd wanted the vague thing like, oh, I'm looking for a cool friend that I can build a relationship with and then maybe start a family with down the line. Now it's like, nah, a woman is a fucking liability. The only woman that I'd want in my life is one that is going to be my family by marrying and producing children. That's it. I have no use for a woman in my life aside from that specific purpose.
Agreed.
So that's
And-
it. It's like, why the fuck do I need to talk to any woman outside of a professional setting?
There is no need. But Trog says women's kryptonite is rejection. I completely agree. Because guess what, gentlemen? Whether they want to admit or not, their entire existence, their entire livelihood is solely dependent on how attractive she is. That's it. Because once she hits that wall at the speed of sound, at the speed of light, and she can't attract desirable men anymore, she is fucked. For the most part, she is on her own with just Social Security. And hopefully her parents are still alive, so maybe they will help out. But if they can't secure a man on time, they are literally on their own. They know this. So once a man that she's like, ooh, this man looks hot. Oh my god, let me go talk to him. And he's like, nah, I'm good. That crushes her entire world. She's like, oh, what's wrong with me? Oh, is my boobs ain't big enough? Huh? Too much plastic surgery, too much Botox. I'm telling you, gentlemen, they crumble like a fucking bag of croutons or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
And that's the thing. They think that they are so deeply insecure that they're mentally running through their head. Meanwhile, what comes out of those mouth is, "What's wrong with you? Oh, are you gay? Oh, do you like really young women? Oh, do you like women with bigger boobs? Oh, are you fat phobic and you only like skinny chicks?" That's the thing. They'll take their insecurities, twist it around, and be like, "Oh, well, this has to be something that's wrong with him. I'm perfect. So if he likes someone that isn't me, he's the one that's imperfect."
MGTOWN podcast. Women make better friends than the men who would stab you over women.
No,
No, I'm gonna have
No.
to disagree with that one, bro. I'm gonna have to disagree with that one because what reason do you have per se of having a friendship with a woman? Honestly, unless she's like your childhood friend, like you've known her since like young, and it's just straight up platonic, which it probably would not be straight platonic. I'm sure you guys would have crushes. Fine, whatever. That's the exception. You've known her all her life, but to be friends with like an adult woman or whatever, no, it's not going to end well.
Yeah,
No, it
no.
can't be platonic.
No. And here's the other thing is like, what do you need this friend for? Are you trying to, like, what, confess stuff to her, talk with her? You're really going to tell a woman your, fucking private things that you couldn't tell to a stranger? Oh, that's a recipe for fucking disaster. You're trusting a woman to keep your secrets?
Yeah, I could never. I could never.
And what about the other thing? Like maybe like what are you? Do you want someone who you can talk about things you relate to? Women don't have hobbies. You won't be able to enjoy your male-related hobby with this woman. Maybe there's one
Where
that
you at?
might share it, but by and large, any sort of male hobby is going to be primarily done with other men.
Uh, Jux would disagree there. Me too. It's okay. We can have disagreements. It's fine. It's all good. I personally don't see a reason. I really don't, because majority of the time, and you can see it on Fed and Fraud. You know why men are friends with women, and vice versa. The women know why she has nothing but male friends. Like, come on, like we ain't that stupid.
Yeah, and here's the thing: like that would be an interesting discussion to have, because maybe you've had better experiences with female friends. Now, I've maintained cordial relationships with women and my exes, but they weren't ever something that I'd say, oh, yeah, this is something positive that really benefited me.
Yeah, I'm not saying don't talk to women. I'm not saying, oh, ignore the XX chromosome. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
I'm
And
saying
like,
is I don't really see it not working out in a sense, because the women knows for the most part on why all these male friends are around, all 10, 15 of them. Okay. She knows why they're there, but she's going to use that as her advantage to get the attention, get the resources, get the emotional support, etc. And she doesn't have to give up the puniti to get it. And
that's
then
the
the
thing. Like, if you
men,
guys keep women as friends, but here's the thing. But sorry, just take a look at the next thing. Like, Jax and I both keep women as just friends, need to be cool and not catch feels in terms of the contractor plain and clear, then it can work. Catching feels is
I,
not something that you choose to do.
it just happens. You can't really.
That's why it's catching feels. You're basically saying, like, I'm going to use this six-sided die so long as it doesn't roll a one.
But at the end of the day, like I said, I did not say that it can't work. That's not what I said. Like I said, there are exceptions to the rules. There's always exceptions to the rule. But in general, I cannot see a good reason why. I just can't. Unless it's for work purposes and stuff. Why would you want to be I just can't see it, because a lot of the male female friendships, it goes sour, right? It could go good, right? It can go from friendship to, butterflies, and they
No,
go
but that's
have
the
a
thing. But
great
like, you're
relationship.
not even. That's the thing. If the terms are objectively, hey, don't catch feels, then it's a fucking ticking time bomb. Like it's basically saying like it has to stay exactly as it is right now, or it has to break off. It's a fucking time bomb. And me, like, again, selfish bastards, like, okay, what benefit am I getting out of this? Like, if you're gonna convince me that female friendships are worth it, you gotta actually sell me on the fucking benefits.
Because she knows what she can get. She knows. But you, the male friend, what do you get besides, you know, waiting? I ain't talking about you specifically, Tim. I'm talking about a lot of the simps out there. They know why they're being her emotional support, giving her free food and telling her that, oh, she's cool, she's amazing, she's beautiful. He's hoping for that one moment. He's looking for the chink in the armor. That's what he's hoping for. And he will
I
wait
mean,
literally decades to get some of that puniti.
like, I could probably point out, like, maybe a woman recently that, like, probably wouldn't be bad to hold a conversation with. But am I going to take time out of my evening to go and hang out with them, talk with them about shit that I wouldn't say to a random stranger? Hell no.
Because me personally, as a man and just me, if I'm gonna go out there and talk to girls, there's you know why I'm talking to you. I'm trying to holler. Okay. I'm not trying to, hey, so you wanna go and play some Call of Duty later on, maybe enjoy a couple brewskis and like no. Like what that mouth do? Like I'm telling you, gentlemen, uh more likely than not, the male female relationship is going to implode on itself and it will end nasty because one person is going to want the platonic friendship to go to the next level, whether it's the male or the female, right? So if the man is in the friend zone, he wants to see if he can smash. If the woman is a part of the friends with benefits, she wants to see if she can get a title out of it.
Or at the very least, she's using it as a coasting platform before she can find another man.
That as well. So she's hanging with you because she's trying to get with your homeboy. you know, it's just- at the end of the day, once again, we can have different opinions, but that's my perspective on why I don't really see a reason to. The platonic friendships never stay platonic for the most part, and if he or she doesn't feel the same way, oh, it's going to end horribly. Oh, it's going to end badly. Someone's going to
And
lose.
and like here's the thing, like a dude betraying you over a girl, like I've seen dudes like get some fucking pussy on the brain and start doing stupid shit, and it's like, well, I gotta fucking dissociate with you because you're acting fucking crazy. Like, okay,
Right, like
that's going to happen. But what? Like but a woman will just fucking go crazy for any goddamn reason.
but once again, it's all good in the neighborhood. It's all good. Unbound Soul, just stopping by to leave a like. Have a great night, fellas. Puniti, yes, Puniti indeed. Now, at this moment, gentlemen, yeah, we just had to get that out the way because I don't really see many male female platonic friendships last. That's my bias against that. So, not saying it can't happen, but most likely it's going to fail.
And and for me, it's like even if like they lasted and I didn't end up disliking the woman by the end of it, there wasn't really a tangible benefit. It was always just like, "Hey, how you doing? What's up? What's going on in your life? Okay, that's nice. I have to go do other things. It was cool catching up with you. Goodbye."
Yep. They're like, okay, I just wasted like 5 minutes of my life.
Yeah, like there's like fucking 5 to 30 minutes that I'm not getting back to
Like,
maintain a
okay.
relationship that I honestly don't care about.
But I'm sure all of you guys have different opinions, and that's okay. That is okay. That's why we're here. We're talking about these type of situations. Okay, we can't talk about it in public because we'll have 50 simps of white knights from all directions calling you a misogynist.
Like, that's the thing. We got 73 people watching right now. Like, let's be honest. Where else could we get an audience of 73 people listening to us?
Hmm. You gotta be on some Marilyn Manson shit, like on some cult shit. Like,
Like that's the thing. Is like there are like rock bands with budgets and managers and tour buses behind them that sometimes aren't even able to pull this level of audience simply because the venue can't hold them.
oh damn, why didn't I think about that? Yeah, the military. You could, you could do that, but you have to be a high enough rank.
Yeah, that's the thing. But then you have like the authority one. Like these are, well, right now 70 people that have showed up completely of their own will because we're saying shit that they find valuable.
That is true. And Tim, it's all good. It's all
Yeah.
good and able. I want people to disagree. I want people to disagree.
Yeah.
This is the
I
whole
mean,
point of me doing live streams. That this is what I want.
yeah, like I could be sold on it. I'm open to the idea. Just I haven't been yet. It'd be cool to get on like a podcast episode and have a back and forth about this and see where everyone stands.
Right. But I'm not gonna like please don't be like, yeah, the sky is colored indigo. Like what? Like technically you could be right, depending on the time of the day.
Like, let's be honest. Like, what color hasn't the sky been? Really, it kind of goes through a very wide spectrum.
Jack Snake Stream pulled over 2,000. It was legendary. Awesome guy. It's because Nick Ricada was on it. What wasn't it? Drex is a real homie for calling out the snakes.
Yeah.
He's a big homie for that. But when it comes to what's going on social media right now, gentlemen, it is a gigantic information war, and it's going to heat up. It's going to heat up like real quickly because I guess with plenty of the channels that the quote unquote manosphere has, right? A lot of people has been saying that their views has been down dramatically, probably because of midterms. But that's besides the point. There will be a lot more aggressive actions towards men like us that exposes the bullshit and the narratives that is pretty much destroying society as a whole. It's going to get more aggressive. The fact that our talking points has made it to a government body, that should say a lot, gentlemen, a lot. What do you have to say about that, Gray?
Yeah, like the conservatives, they're like this is their way of trying to appeal to the youth. Like like for all I know, was it some random intern that just decided to put a bunch of tags that they thought would eye catch? Maybe. Could this be that the conservatives genuinely thought that this would be a good thing for their strategy? Like these people are politicians. I do not think that these people are dumb. Maybe not tech literate, but certainly not dumb. They know what to do in order to get what they need.
Okay, and I'm gonna address this right quick. Social media is trash. I've been banned on various platforms almost as much as Chronic. My grand crime mentioning conservatism and making a couple of smart aleck comments. Yeah, it's to see that's what I'm saying, and it's only going to get crazier. It's going to get crazier. I really do believe that my channel won't last long. I'll be shocked if I make it to 30K because I'm not as PG as other content creators. Like I actually talk about some controversial shit. Not too controversial, right? But controversial enough. And how you say at the end of the day, we got a lot of people shook. It took 8 years, right? Actually, it took a lot longer than that because the MRA groups was like mid 2000s, late 2000s. I think it was around there when the MRA was popular. But the red pill philosophy / MGTOW philosophy is getting society shook. It's they're not taking us as a joke anymore.
I think also a big part of it beyond that is the economic downturn. Because let's be honest, like there are men who have stopped dating entirely simply because they can't afford that shit.
Yes, that is another thing.
And then like they say like, no, I'm not dating right now. And then people will assume there's like, oh, are you one of those red pillars, one of those MGTOWs? And the guy's like, wait, what the fuck is this? Where'd this shit come from?
just because I can't afford to be in a relationship.
That's the thing. They're like, I'm saving up because like housing is expensive and the budget's getting tight. What the fuck are you talking about with fucking hate groups and big town? What the hell is that? That's the thing. Like, the more that these people try to like prevent a normie, like try to shame the normies who are doing this stuff completely organically without any understanding of the MGTOW philosophy or even red pill ideas beyond the basics of Andrew Tate, the more they're actually driving men into this stuff.
Agreed. Like you see the polar opposites. Before I elaborate on that, T96, $2 donation. Thank you very much for your donation. He says, "A shoulder to cry on is a dick to ride on." Oh, true since the dawn of time. True, and that's why a lot of women they act confused, but they know why. And a lot of men they're not really a fan of their girl having 20 guy friends because they know that as soon as there's some stupid argument or whatever, or the the boyfriend has to go out of town to go to work, the 20 dudes are going to be on the hunt for that puniti. They'll be surrounding that house, condoms ready. Like I'm telling you, gentlemen. But back to the Andrew Tate thing. You see the polar opposites when you see the interviews about Andrew Tate, especially this one particular video of a guy walking around saying that, hey, sign this petition to unban Andrew Tate. The polar reactions is like insane. The girls are like screaming and yapping at the guy, and then the men are like, oh yeah, too easy, yeah, let me sign that shit, yeah, Andrew Tate. And if there's a couple, the man reluctantly like declines, like, oh no, he's a misogynist, blah blah blah, while his girlfriend is like putting a hole in his head with her like beady eyes. Yeah, I'm telling you, gentlemen, it's polar opposites. Okay, they don't want Andrew Tate back on because even though he's a huge grifter, he's speaking points that goes against the feminist agenda. And for as short of a time that Andrew Tate was on various social media platforms, he reached a lot of young men. A lot.
I just thought of something kind of fucking bullshitty, but it might actually work.
What's up?
Why not just every single red pill video just put hashtag Andrew Tate in it?
You're asking for my channel to get nuked. I gotta play because I do see Andrew Tate memes. I gotta play his theme song.
No, but that's the thing. But like, why not? Like, if he's going to be the fucking like if people are going to be searching up Andrew Tate shit out of curiosity or for red pill stuff, I'm not saying put it in the title, but just put the fucking tag in the video thing so that it comes up in the search results.
No, I gotta. Oh, that's a great idea, but I gotta make a parody. I'm gonna make an art with my avatar. Make an Andrew Tate art and play his song. Oh my god, how mad do you think I'm gonna get people? Oh my lord. I'm sorry, I'm just having a great time here. Just imagine like Sir Yeetus in the Andrew Tate getup, cigar in his fucking hand and the shades and everything, and breathe air. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing because just the amount of trolling I can do. It'll be glorious. It'll be glorious.
Again, just like, why the fuck? Why not do it? You know, people are fucking looking it up. Ride that fucking algorithm like crazy.
I should just randomly mention him throughout the stream for the algorithm. And the great green skin Andrew Tate.
That's the thing. Like, all you have to do is like maybe like put a tag at the end of the video, hashtag free Andrew Tate, and then you have just Andrew Tate not in the title of the video, but just as a search thing, so that when someone goes to YouTube and types in Andrew Tate, your videos are added or at least raised up in terms of the algorithm search feed. Maybe they're just searching for memes and then they fucking run across your shit.
Yeah, and instead of what color is your Bugatti, I say like what color is your Ferrari or something like that. Some stupid shit. What color is your pill? Just the stupidest shit I could think of. You know what? That sounds like a good idea. I just still might do it, gentlemen. I just might do it. I'm gonna catch you guys off guard with new art and new everything. You be like, what the fuck? What are you doing, Sir Yeetus?
Honestly, like the thing I'm trying to get right now to get some new interesting art, like Yeet, you're gonna fucking laugh when I get this. I'm not gonna fucking tell you now because it's spoilers, but I swear if you put this in your fucking thumbnails once I get it, you're gonna get a couple more viewers.
Did you just say you shouldn't smoke dope? Come on, bro.
No, like I'm not gonna fucking spoil it, but like, oh, what the fuck?
Hey, I put your donation money into good use. Okay, no worries. And last show though, if you want to support your boy Sir Yeetus, there is a link on top of the chat. Cash App / Sir Yeetus. Best possible way to donate because the money goes directly to me. But you can also do super chat or super thanks. Any donation is appreciated. But if you cannot donate, no big deal whatsoever. Let me see that art, Gray.
Well, no, that's the thing. Like, it's going to be some AI stuff, but this particular AI server is actually upgrading at the moment, and according to their news feed, they won't be ready for at least another hour.
Wait, the AI is upgrading?
Yeah, they're they're doing some maintenance with it.
That doesn't sound good.
Well, no, because apparently this AI took off dramatically super recently, so I'm willing to bet they needed to upgrade their servers just to handle the sheer volume of people.
Are we on some Skynet shit or no?
Not yet.
I don't know how to respond to that. Like, I really don't know. Should I be,
No,
should I be concerned?
I'm throwing my chips in down the AI rabbit hole just to see how much I can exploit that shit.
Oh god, I'm telling you, man, it's the AI art is awesome, but at the same time, people have been doing weird shit with that AI. Like the weirdest artwork. It's just like why does this even exist?
That's the thing, but like, I like it because now, like, we're getting more an idea for like what people would make if they had the skill to make it, or at least a vague understanding of it. I think this is the closest our technology has actually gotten to being able to visualize someone's thoughts.
That is true, but at the same time terrifying.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, it is scary, but I think that we're going to see it's going to be like all these other advances in tech, a double-edged sword. There's going to be a shit ton of negative repercussions coming out of it, no question.
That is true, but
And that's probably going to be the most immediate stuff that we see and notice.
you better unplug your computer when it gets to that point. I know what you did 10 years ago, Jerry. Like, what? Unplug the shit now.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm in the main framework right now. You can't unplug me without cutting off the power to your house. Starlink is already watching.
Yeah, I'm running out the house at that point. Yeah, fuck all that. Nope. No.
I remember it was this one spy thriller AI thing where it was an AI connected all the way to like every network and it could hack anything. So this one dude was like, this AI's overhearing us, grabs the other dude's phone, throws it out of the car because short of unplugging the battery, you couldn't like prevent the AI from getting into your phone because you could even turn it on remotely. And so what this AI did was it hacked someone else's phone in their car and then used the camera from that to read the lips of these guys while they were driving.
Jesus. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not fucking with. Well, honestly, I am technically already messing with AI. Technically, right?
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't like Alexa and all that stuff be AI kind of?
To a certain extent, yes.
Yeah, but once it starts talking at night, then I'm throwing that thing out the window.
How do you
Talking
know it
about
doesn't?
initiate phase 3. Like, whoa, what?
Well, hey, for all you know, it's already been able to cross-reference breathing patterns with brain patterns for sleep, so it can tell by your breathing when you're unconscious.
Jesus Christ. But Hermit, $2 donation for the Bugatti. LOL, that art will be funny as fuck. Honestly, it'll be funnier if you know what? It should be a me, Gray, and Rishi art. Just on some Andrew Tate crazy shit. Just to fuck around, just to troll.
Like,
Uh,
honestly, Yeet, if you can send me like kind of the thing you're trying to reference, I can probably throw it together in Photoshop.
okay. I'm sorry, but if I'm able to like put that in other short videos, I'm telling you, it's gonna be glorious, gentlemen. I'm gonna troll a lot of people. I'm probably gonna piss a lot of people off. Like, what? You drink sparkling water? No, we drink only Kool-Aid over here. Kool-Aid for top I wouldn't say top G's, but I'll make up some parodies. Bam. Vision. Yo, Sir Yeetus, did you make those White Lives Matter shirts yet? And can I also get a MAGA hat as well? Thank you. Not yet. We'll see how the production is going. Maybe I'll pull a Kanye and Candace Owens. Who knows?
Actually, I think what would be kind of funny would be to make White Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter shirts, but you put on it just the logo of a chess pawn.
Oh, producer Tim. No, no true AI exists in consumer electronics because it is nothing but IF-ELSE statements or relies on human generated content to produce, like Watson searching Google. I have no idea what the fuck that is, but I'm assuming it's complicated.
Yeah, if else statements. Like, true, it's not, like, admittedly, yeah, it's not neural networked AI. Like, you're not saying something to Alexa and then it's like cross referencing all sorts of possibilities with weighted outcomes in order to learn you. Now, to a certain extent, it will, though, because it does need neural networks to understand human voice patterns. But
I have a question for the chat. Everybody in the chat, put a 1 if you've been red pilled because of social media, not because you got cheated on, not because divorce or whatever. Did you get officially like red pill just based off what you've seen on social media, such as Snapchat, such as Instagram, etc.? Because I know other people like myself got red pilled over real life situations, but people learn early on by getting red pill just solely seeing on what model women are posting online.
I think it's very safe to say that without social media, even the guys who did experience severe, like, real life stuff, a bunch of them like wouldn't have actually gotten red pilled. The amount of men who've been red pilled through experience or loan, I think, are in a minority amongst the current people who are red pilled. Although, well, it might be no, I'd say it's the minority. Social media has expanded it far more than just experience.
Right, because before social media, the only way you could learn is experience or watching other people.
Yeah. But even then, like, without social media letting you know that no, you're not crazy, this is actually incredibly common what you're going through, a bunch of guys would have thought that it was just that one woman or it was just them.
True. And then that causes that person to, get married over and over again, thinking that he found that unicorn. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because like I see that with some guys. It's like, dude, you've been through 3 divorces and you've got another girlfriend, and you're just thinking that, well, each prior one lasted longer than the one before it, so this one's gonna last till I'm dead. Like, okay, that sounds crazy, but I guess 3 divorces and you ain't learned your lesson yet, so
You're right.
like, at that point you just kind of go like, okay, you good luck with that.
And then what makes it even funnier is that these model women could still, for the most part, have their cake and eat it too if they weren't consistently snitching on themselves 24/7.
Yeah,
Hey,
like
what's up?
like that's the other thing. Like, they take such pride in being horrible people publicly. Like they genuinely, like, again, it's fascinating how they can do this shit, and they seem to think that it's not going to be seen by anyone whose opinion they're going to care about. And if it is seen by those people, then they're going to have a positive opinion of them.
Agreed. Is either they just don't give a damn anymore, or it's mainly aimed after her fellow sisterhood / Chad and Tyrone.
Like,
You
that's the
know,
thing. Like bragging about how you reduced the man who's taking you on a date right now to tears. Like, holy fuck. Like, it's one thing to feel that, one thing to genuinely think that. Like, that's bad enough. But then you post it publicly. It's like,
yeah,
it's like saying, yo, I just robbed this bank. Here's all this fucking money. Got to get that bag, sister. And then wondering why the fucking cops showed up.
hashtag get the bag.
I mean, I remember the scene from Boondocks where Gangstalicious admits that he beat up this one dude with a bottle of Hennessy in a rap video, and then
Yeah,
the cops
I saw
show
that
up,
one.
and then the cops show up and take him off stage, and he's just kind of like, yeah,
Yeah, I deserve that. Law of Liberty. He says, I would simp for a godly woman. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. If you're trying to look for a godly woman in the U.S., the only way at this point is to find a isolated Amish community. That's literally the only way.
But and here's the thing, like, remember, simp, sucker, idolizing, mediocre pussy. It in this day and age, a legit, actual godly woman is not mediocre.
Agreed. Agreed. Like once again, okay. I am not saying there are no good women out there, but the percentage is so fucking small that it's pretty much almost it's like throwing a strand of hair into the Atlantic Ocean and
It's
try to
like
find it.
that's the thing. It's basically no women, because the amount of women that are actually suitable these days are less than 0.5%. A rounding error.
Agreed.
Like what are you gonna say? You're gonna say 99.95% of women are unsuitable for marriage? No, you're gonna say 100%. You're gonna say all. You're not gonna fucking waste all those fucking syllables to clarify that, well, there's 0.5% of women out there that might actually be suitable. And 0.5% is like 1 in 200, which I still think would be too generous.
And once again, gentlemen, I'm not saying that, she has to meet a specific requirement, blah, blah, blah. Men in general, we have literally the lowest standards. Like the basic standards we pretty much have is she keeps her legs closed and is a virgin and
0.5.
is able to have our back, watch our six. That's the basics of her being a candidate. Oh,
Actually,
sorry, and not
yeah.
fat and feminine.
So fucking Z-Ross, like, needle in a hay bale. Literally, no. This ain't a needle in a haystack. This is a hay in a needle stack.
Pretty much. That's a perfect analogy right there. It's
And keep in mind, and here's the thing: it's not only hay in a needle stack. You don't know how many of those needles are dirty needles. Are you gonna stick your arm into a stack of fucking medical needles, most of which have been used at least once, to try to grab like the fucking good needle? Like, no, all you're gonna get out of it is a shit ton of pain and probably some incurable disease.
No, that's it. We don't ask for much. As men, we don't ask for much. But that's the horrible part when it comes to women in the West. We don't ask for anything besides the basic, like, companionship and don't sleep behind my back and don't be a bitch. Those pretty much are the main things. They still can't do that shit right. They have an entire book as big as Harry Potter of expectations they have for a man. Yet they believe that it's patriarchy and slavery and misogyny that a man doesn't want his woman to be obese. His man doesn't want his woman to sleep around. His man wants his woman to help him achieve his dreams. That's too much. That's too much to ask for as a man. How dare you ask a woman that? But you're supposed to be superhero or Superman 24/7 for the rest of her life, or until you cannot produce what she wants anymore. That she just monkey branches to another man and just forget about you. And that's what I'm saying when it comes to finding a godly woman in the West. Good fucking luck. You will literally have to go into an Amish community at this point. Good luck. And even then, do you know how many men of value will be instantly on the hunt? Like, as soon as she becomes of age and she is a godly woman, and she's a woman that has been instilled values by her parents, she's good in the neighborhood. Once she's on the market, she's instantly gone.
Like that's swoop. Honestly, she's probably on the market before. Like, I'm willing to bet that if there are any women of that level of quality, their father has set them up with a husband before they hit 18.
Oh yeah, it was already planned out. Already planned out. So that's what we're trying to get at this point, gentlemen. That's why the Passport Boys movement is getting so fucking popular right now. Yeah, we may not find that caliber of women overseas, but it is a million times better than what men have to deal with in the West.
like overseas, it might actually be 1% that is suitable. You might actually get an actual percentage that are suitable for it.
Right.
Whereas it's not even 0.5% over here.
And even though the woman overseas slept with a few guys, might not be as religious as you want her to be. The way that overseas women tend to treat men, especially men that are Americans, they treat men like kings compared to how men are treated in the West. So men, as long as
I think
as
the
long
easiest
as
way
a
to put it
woman,
is like,
wait, let me explain this real quick.
Yeah.
As long as a woman has around 70 to 80% of what he wants, he will accept it. Compared to a woman, if a man doesn't have at least 5% of what she wants, he's automatically disqualified. That's the difference. Okay. Even though the foreign women overseas, uh, you know, she got a few bodies on her. Yeah, she might have a tattoo here and there. Their attitude towards men is, gentlemen, I'm telling you, this is why the passport boy movement is only going to get more popular. It's only because I've been overseas myself. Believe me, it is night and day on how they treat men.
I think the simplest way to put it would be that overseas, you as a man will actually be treated as a human being.
Agreed, at least like a human being, let alone celebrating your masculinity. Women love, like I'm telling you, gentlemen, they are very feminine and nice over there. Whether she's trying to get your money or whether she generally likes you, at least she's treating you with some type of respect and stuff, right? Whether you're going over there for a wife or whether you're just there to fuck around, men are having a way better time with foreign women than what's going on in the West. That you cannot deny. I'm not saying there's no horrible foreign women out there. There's horrible people around the world. Yeah, I agree. But probability, right? Because men, we think in probability. There's way more feminine, fit, friendly women overseas than what we have right now.
Like, if you're going to wake up in the morning with your wallet gone, you'd rather that the previous night be spent with someone who's somewhat attractive rather than some fucking hyper butch bitch that stuffed a cactus up your ass that still is there.
Like, do you know how much a man is shocked when he asks for his woman for a glass of ice water and she doesn't argue, she doesn't yell, she doesn't bitch. She just gets up, get the glass water, saying, "Here you go." I know that man must have been shocked. Like, so no argument? You're not gonna yell at me? Nothing? Like, no. You want a glass of water? Here's a glass of water. Bam. He's hooked forever. he's hooked over there. Because guess what, gentlemen? Yeah, of course, there is no perfect women everywhere. But the fact that a man is so shocked that he is able to like lead the relationship, he's able to have some type of authority and lead the relationship to victory. That's enough for a lot of men out there. That's enough. What do you have to say about that?
That's basically it. Is like, this is the thing. Like, if a dude asked you as a dude to grab you a glass of water while you're up, you'd probably do it, no questions asked. That's the thing. Like, over there, you can get basic human decency as a man. That's why, like, we straight up know, like, women don't, like, they don't. Honestly, I think my earlier dog analogy isn't even correct because women actually treat dogs better than they treat men.
Oh yeah, the dog moms and shit. Yeah. Dog moms. They literally baby their own dog, right? Which is, I'm not saying they can't, but they would treat their own dog with dignity and respect way more than they would a man in the West. You see it in marriages and not well, yeah, you see it in marriages and relationships as well when they live together.
I
A
do.
man at times will literally feel some type of way seeing that he's being uh treated less than her own dog. Like the dog is getting way more love and affection than him.
Sure. Like
What do I say about that?
it's just straight up true. Like they like a man asking for a glass of water gets a less severe reaction than a dog shitting on the carpet.
That is true. That is definitely true. Oh man, which is which I get so fucking confused on why, because there's other content creators that they proclaim themselves to be part of the manosphere. They're shaming men for getting passports and going overseas. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you not how are you gonna be part of the manosphere and then act all shocked and talk shit about men trying to find some type of companionship elsewhere?
Well, if they're like PUAs, then easy enough to understand. Like their bread and butter relies on men failing with women. If men go overseas and start experiencing success with women, they have no need for PUAs.
True, but some of them truly believe that men are wrong for running away from their problems. They're not even PUAs. I ain't gonna call names, but I was so taken aback. I'm like, are you kidding me? How are you gonna talk mad shit about model women 24/7, 365 as a manosphere content creator, but then you turn around and talk shit to the men for saying, you know what? I'm gonna go overseas since model women are so bad.
Well, that could quite be simply that they need validation because if they're upset and they're just talking shit towards women all the time, like okay, dude, like if you want to get your dick wet, just go overseas. But they don't
Well,
want that. They want to be validated in their fucking misery.
that is true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I can't argue with that. uh, what's it? Men guarded their own wallets. I see a lot of new content creators hanging out other channels just for clout. Yeah, that's pretty much typical at this point. But that's the funny part. They rarely ever go for the argument. They always try to attack the person itself. For clout, right? It's for
Yeah.
clout.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like that's because that's how it works with them. They think that it's all interchangeable and that if they just go for character assassination, then they can win. Because like, that's why, like, for me, like, I'm an asshole. Like, I'm not here saying I'm doing this for the betterment of fucking men. It's like, look, doing this for entirely selfish reasons. And if what I'm providing is useful, good. Use it. Take it. And if what I'm providing isn't useful, call me out on that bullshit because me spreading a falsehood is not conducive to my goal.
Agreed. Red pill overdose reaction. What is going on, man? Sarah Yeetus is right. Get your passports, my brothers. I dated all women my entire life, but only been in relationships with foreign women. Bingo. He is another example. Go check out his content. I definitely enjoy it. It's pretty much a podcast. He can pull a shit ton of women, but even he knows it's not worth it long term with Western women. It's not. Let me not let you respond. I can see your comments. Wait, what do you mean?
Probably not all of them. There might be other ones where like he's saying stuff and then they're getting auto banned by the algorithm
Oh,
before
okay.
they pop up.
So there's plenty of things right now that's gotten to the point we are not at the boiling point, right? It's not there yet. I say that we are at the water is simmering, not boiling yet. It's simmering when it comes to how much society is noticing the absence of men and how the absence of men is affecting every avenue of society, everything. And it's not the tipping point. There will be various other reasons on why it will get to the boiling point, right? War, recession slash depression,
I think it's going to be like
population
plain and
collapse.
simple. People are going to go hungry. Like
Yeah,
given how unsustainable most of our society is, if supply lines break down or if food costs go up and people start rationing, I'm willing to bet that the trigger for violence is going to be hunger.
oh yeah, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. Once again, men are already on self-preservation mode. Now, just imagine that there'll be a bunch of people that can't even afford to eat, or they just can't find food. Gentlemen, there's a plenty of reasons. Okay, since less men are getting married, less money for the state, less money for the ex-wives to put back into the capitalism, right? Consumerism,
Yeah,
right?
more money. Like at this point with the single mothers and welfare, because like even charitable donations, like those are tax deductible. So that is still lost revenue for the government if people claim charity stuff on their taxes. So
Agreed.
all this stuff is like a single mother is effectively spending tax revenue on on corporate bullshit. Like, but there's no value being created. The government can't charge 100% on taxes. Like they can't get all that money from a megacorp who's selling shit. So it's diminishing returns with every generation. They need the women to be primarily receiving their money from men who are creating value. The government requires that to sustain itself.
Agreed, gentlemen. Agreed. That's the only reason why the OnlyFans thing or the Instagram models thing, that's the only reason why they're winning right now. Because there are a shit ton of men that still hasn't woken up yet, saying that, yo, why am I giving these females money and they don't even earn it? They just sit there on the chair with their chests out. Oh, let me give a $500. Once more and more of those simps wake up and saying, damn, I don't know why I've been doing this. It sucks. And the money starts to dry up in those areas. Oh, it's going to be very dark. Very dark situation. It's already happened in Russia.
Well, we're already seeing it happen here too because like more and more people are having to realize, hey, I got to start paying more for food and gas. I don't have quite as much excess budget as I used to. I'm going to cut my OnlyFans subscription because I've got a whole bunch of material to fap to and it's for free. Like hunger, more than anything else, is making these guys like ditch the only thoughts.
Agreed. And then people honestly think that there's millions of women out there earning top dollar on OnlyFans and stuff.
No, I
No,
honestly,
no, no.
not millions. It could be a four-figure number, but I don't think it's five figures.
Yeah,
I don't think
majority
that
of them.
I don't think there's 10,000 women making the kind of serious bank on OnlyFans, and I'd be surprised if it's even 1,000.
Nope. I say 700 max that's making the big bucks. You know, like $1 million a month, like that one girl you said. The rest of them, they're struggling, right? Hell, they're having 20, 30, 40% off. You know, the package deals and shit right now.
Yeah, fucking 30% off a $5 a month subscription is like, god damn. Well, no, and then there's the other thing, and that's with the AI art. I'm willing to bet that AI art has killed a lot of OnlyFans stuff. Because why pay for some mediocre snapshots when you can just generate as much not safe for work art for like a $15 to $25 a month subscription?
Agreed. And yeah, Ezio, yeah, which I think is hilarious. All these women from the WNBA, the UFC, etc., all of them are going to OnlyFans mainly because the inflation. I know there's some attention and shit as well, but mainly it's the inflation. A lot of women of status and stuff, even they are going to OnlyFans. I'm telling you, they're not making as much as they proclaim to be. Only a small select few women are making that top dollar. So what happens when they start getting those wrinkles? What happens when, they're not looking as youthful and attractive as a few years before? And then the economy isn't getting better. Everything that keeps society functioning and running is through me and you, gentlemen. Us. That's literally the main reason why more people are paying attention, because they're still looking for those nice guys. They see the storm coming. They see the blizzard, they see the lightning and all that stuff. They see it on the horizon. But when they are looking for those good men, those masculine men to come in and save the day, they're nowhere to be found. Like, where the fuck are they? So best believe, as things get more crazy and intense, right? So once again, population collapse, food trucks, the logistics thing is going down, nuclear war, right?
That's the thing. Like, nuclear war is honestly, like, funny thing about nuclear war. If you detonate a nuke in the upper atmosphere instead of having it land, it creates an EMP effect.
Yep.
Like, here's the thing. Now, admittedly, as soon as a nuke is launched, it's kind of like, fuck everything. So you may as well have the damn thing land. But if you dropped an EMP above a city, you'd fuck it up pretty bad.
With it may happen. It may happen because once again, nobody wants mutual destruction.
But that's the thing, like cyber attacks that take out electricity. Like, honestly, Europe is going to be very interesting to watch this winter, because not only, like, they're reliant on so much Russian gas, and this is going to be like their first major winter, I think, where they don't have access to all that Russian oil, and they're still shutting down power plants. I'm pretty sure that we're going to see a lot of people in Europe freeze to death, or what's going to happen to them is what happens to some Canadians every year. Is every year in Canada, there's at least one major blizzard that comes through and knocks out the power for a while. And there's always at least a handful of people that get a gas generator and put it in their garage.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and they die. Because they're like, oh, I'll put it in the garage where it'll be warm so I don't have to go outside in the freezing cold to fill it up or turn it on. And then they get carbon monoxide poisoning and die. I would not be surprised if this year in Germany we see several hundred people die, if not more, due to alternative methods of heating their house causing carbon monoxide poisoning, or they straight up burn their house down.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. And you see that, gentlemen? This is why, and it's going to be expected, and it's already happening right now. A lot of women will be changing their tune, right? They don't actually mean it. They're on survival mode. They're trying to latch on to a man for survival. But guess what? They're pissed off because where are these fucking men? Where are they? So now that the MGTOW philosophy is being more mainstream now, best believe they're going to be aggressive to bachelors more than ever, right? Once again, I showed you the document from 118 years ago of women bashing bachelors.
No, like here's the thing. I've mentioned this before, but I have seen just within the past 2 months 2 guys knock up women that they were dating, that they are dating. Like, guys are getting fucking like tied down with this shit.
Oh, they got baby trapped, huh?
I'm pretty sure they're fucking baby trapped. One of them is in a very fucked up situation. I personally don't like the guy, but it's like, dude, when winter comes, you are going to be thoroughly fucked. That you knock this woman up is like, motherfucker, I know you're a cheap bastard, but you telling me you couldn't even afford condoms?
Yeah, he's screwed. He's going to be stuck with the woman and the child, or the woman and child will be enjoying, their nice little warm apartment while you can't even afford one. And you're freezing to death.
Yeah. Nah, the dude's thoroughly fucked. I have no idea if he's even going to make it through the winter. And the other guy is like, buddy, fucked up.
I'm not
You
surprised.
have just like your shit was going kind of okay, but but it sounds like you caught feelings for one woman and then you fucked up and now you got a baby on the way. And you're in no position to fucking do this. So damn.
I'm not going to be surprised. Gentlemen, I'm not going to be surprised where there will be women coming back into your life within the next couple of years. They're just gonna see it goes from top to bottom, right? They try to go for the best, and then as things get dire or worse, they're gonna try to find any man to latch on, anybody. And she'll do whatever it takes. She'll whisper the greatest sweet nothings you've ever heard in your life.
So I finally was able to get the AI to make a picture of a needle stack that's half decent. So
True. But they're gonna be whispering the greatest sweet nothings that you've ever heard. Don't fall for it.
God,
Don't-
that's the thing. Like
don't
if you're
fall for
if you're seeing a woman, like for fuck's sakes, guys, I don't care how hot she is. No glove, no love. I don't care if you're gonna be fucking blue balled the entire goddamn night. Like if you fucking juice and double check it because they'll poke holes in that shit too. Like you double check that shit and you make sure it fucking flushes down the toilet.
Put some hot sauce in it or something. Do something.
If it's going in the trash, you put some fucking hot sauce in it. Otherwise, that shit goes down the toilet.
But oh, bully bussy. I just want to be left alone. See, that's the thing, gentlemen. Okay, I know a lot of you guys understand, but I'm going to emphasize this. This has been happening since the dawn of time. All right, and women can't help it because it's in their biological imperative. Wherever men go, women will follow.
Yeah, like I'll be honest, you're not going to be left alone as a man. If you can look after yourself and you're just paying your own expenses, congratulations, you are a target for a woman. If you can't look after yourself, then you're a target for the government because they'll be looking to put you to fucking work.
Agreed. But once again, as much as women want to proclaim that they're strong, independent, they know deep down they need men to survive, and that's why they have so much envy and I guess you can say hatred towards men. Okay, but right now they're going to feel it, and at this point, why do you think, out of all times where we at the brink of World War III, economy's ass, and there's so much division everywhere, nothing is certain anymore. It's not as comfortable as it was a few years ago. So best believe women will be looking for guys like, guys that can self-sustain themselves, right? For example, the last couple years when the certain situation happened in 2020, I'm sure you guys can, put that together. Do you know how many chat thoughts came into the manosphere between 2020 and now? Gentlemen,
Well, I
they
got.
can't help it. They
I
will
actually got
follow
to
us.
bounce out. I actually got to bounce out though, Yeetus. It's getting late, and I got to be
No,
up
it's all good.
really damn early.
Well, let's just end it here. This one last topic. The women will follow us no matter what. That's their biological imperative. They need to do that to survive. That they have to do that. They have no choice. Right? Maybe that's the reason why they just, just have that innate anger towards us. I don't know. Shit. Penis envy? Fuck it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think it was best said. Like, they hate us because they ain't us.
Pretty much.
Like, it has to be frustrating to not be able to support yourself.
That's why, they're the loudest in the room when it comes to I'm strong, independent, I pay my bill. Well, so did every other man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, congratulations. Like, even some of the weakest, shittiest men out there can still work hard enough throughout the day, fucking support themselves. Like,
Agreed.
what you fucking clap yourselves on the back for, what you ride shit on is like, congratulations. Men that you fucking find disgusting are capable of doing that.
Which is it's just hilarious, and at the same time it's pretty sad, right? Because it's not just the feminist indoctrination. You know, they truly believe that competing against us is a good idea. But I'm gonna leave it with what RPM says, right? Because you guys know who RPM is. When the lights go out, feminism will go with it. All of this rah rah talk will go out the fucking window when shit gets crazy. Okay. But remember, you as a man, you got to have a long memory. Remember what they did when you made their lives comfortable. Remember. But it is your boy, Sir Yeetus, and the Grey Ghost. Thank everybody for joining and participating. I've seen a lot of comments flowing through the chat today. And we will definitely going to have, uh, I'll say stream, but I'll say like a Q&A stream tomorrow because I haven't done those in a minute. On top of that, thank you everybody that donated. All right. And once again, you can donate at any time. I don't give a shit. But the Andrew Tate thing, it has to happen. That the parody has to happen. Okay. I think Rishi can make it like so much better. He has to bring in his voice acting. But we are out. Peace.
Peace out, everyone.